among ravenous beasts. Men whose teeth are spears and arrows, whose tongues are sharp swords.
Taken care of, okay? So we just ask you to step out and I can explain it all to you.
Right, I will be happy to make contact with you later on. I'll make contact with you later on today. Thank you.
That works.
Thanks very much.
We must impress upon you it's important to get this taken care of, okay? We can do it very
I'm sorry.
and respectfully.
What is your name?
You're gonna contact us later, okay?
What is your name?
It's Constable Murray from Saanich Police. Okay, Victoria, I'll look forward to your call and we can arrange things later. Thank you.
Well, isn't that a lovely way to wake up in the morning? What do you think, guys? Completely innocent, have done nothing wrong, have been robbed of everything, have gone to report crime, have gone to do what you have to do when you are a victim of crime. And there is, at 7:30 in the morning, a monster at the door, disturbing the peace, committing common nuisance, criminally harassing, uttering threats. And so I sent correspondence last night to an inspector explaining all the reasons why, because here's what we know to be true. If you have lawful reasons for non-compliance, then those lawful reasons have to be respected. So what we know is that these well, listen, what we know to be true in Canada is that these persons who are pretending to be public servants, they're pathological liars. And then as this progresses, and of course, you're not hearing what I'm hearing. You're not hearing what we are hearing. You're not there. When these other monsters who are impersonating the crown are just fucking out and out lying. They're fucking out and out just lying about absolutely everything. Now, no one is bound to expose themselves to danger. We talked about this yesterday. A lie is like lynching the man or woman that you're lying about. And not one of them has first-hand knowledge of what's going on. But I certainly do. So I explained yesterday during this correspondence. Well, let me see here. Was I smart enough? Was I smart enough to, oh yes, here we go. Oh, see, we sent some correspondence last night to Inspector Damien of the Saanich Police. This is Victoria. I obtained your contact information yesterday from Saanich Police Board phone number, as I'm truly in fear for my life. June 28th begins my 52nd year. Identify as an elder, obviously. I am the mother of a forced adopted son whom I haven't seen since 2010. A widow left homeless and destitute March 19, 2020 due to a fraudulent foreclosure now common across Canada. My spouse left our assets in my care to benefit from after he was no longer here to protect and provide. Yeah, a man will do that. We did not consent to being left with nothing. I went to every appropriate agency in the criminal justice system which did fail my family. All victims of crime must be able to advocate for themselves and know the law. All victims of crime are to be treated with courtesy and respect without discrimination. Victims of crime are owed protection from intimidation and retaliation. Isn't that interesting? And yet all of that garbage that you see written on all those websites about service by public servants, we have now proven beyond reasonable doubt it's all just fucking absolutely the same thing you wipe your ass with. It's just fucking garbage. I mean, it's fucking toilet paper. They don't fucking follow any of it. None of it. Because what we just heard is intimidation and retaliation, and we just heard, discrimination. Because that thing that was just at the door, that fucking thing that was just at the fucking door there, that repeat high-risk offender, that thing just started a shift. And the first thing it did, because it's fucking filled with hate, was fucking come and criminally harass and utter threats and fucking terrorize. That's an act of terrorism. To fucking come and do that now, that's humiliation, degradation. I mean, that's exactly why it's fucking pounding out the fucking door. Committing common nuisance, fucking disturbing the peace. Because remember, that fucking thing that was just at the door said to me last Thursday, I am the law. That was the thing at the door that said, I am the law. So our people are a cultural heritage and ethnic origin that respects, protects, and listens to women. Our people are forbidden to tell lies. I am not confused, mistaken, or deceitful. I owe a duty to my spouse's honor to make sure his will, hopes, and dreams for my future are carried out as written. It's 2 pages. It's fucking elementary. And trusts are written up every day. They remove all third-party claims. And yet, isn't that fucking interesting that there's not a fucking thing left? Absolutely fucking everything has been stolen and fucking literally destroyed. August the 29th, 2024. To fight crime, save my life, and protect my family's property, I did attend in peace, as seen here. And there I am. That's the footage of myself outside my home, my family's home. I'm certainly not there to do anything wrong. Why would I do that? I'm not a fucking psychopath. Like these public servants in Canada and British Columbia. Just fucking corrupt to the core, compulsive fucking liars. That's all they do. That's their native language. To compulsively fucking lie and to commit crime. From this event, fabricated evidence due to racism and malice was submitted to agents of the Crown who did, without due diligence, choose to proceed. 5 elements of a crime are not present. No criminal mind or act, no injured, damaged, harmed person or property, yet criminal allegations persist. I am the harmed, damaged, and injured woman. Since September 4th, 2024, lawful reasons for non-compliance have been presented out of respect for common law, which protects life, property, culture, and conscience. Our people cannot aid and abet crimes. See deposition at this link for more proof. Well, and then, of course, there's lawful reasons provided in that deposition. There's over a dozen Criminal Code of Canada offenses that these males and females who cannot prove jurisdiction, who have no jurisdiction, who have no authority. So if they can fucking identify the Crown and there is no such thing as the Crown, then clearly we're suffering from like severe mental illness. Because if you have the right to self-determine, and we know that you do because you're using pronouns, then this woman has the same right that you do. No one has more rights than anyone else. Monsters don't have more rights than men and women. Compulsive liars and criminals who need to cover up fucking for acts of fraud on the court, fucking war crimes to commit genocide. You don't have any more rights than the victims of the crime. It doesn't matter what you say to a monster. The monster has blind eyes, the monster has deaf ears, the monster has absolutely no heart, and we just fucking heard it at the door. The urgent emergency today, June the 19th, is a warrant has been issued Wednesday, June the 18th. After communicating repeatedly with appropriate agents, I could not accept their invitation as our people must maintain blamelessness. Oh no. Well, there's a typo. I was tired. That should say blamelessness. All services must provide culturally informed public safety service. Well, like, you have to respect. You think criminals are going to respect people who aren't criminals? Because remember, we've had a fucking SWAT team out 3 times, right? No person has the right to put a widow's health, safety, or well-being at risk. You understand that there's supposed to be protections in Canada for the vulnerable. I'm a woman who does not grant another person power of attorney over my life or inalienable rights, such as the right to peace and safety. Jurisdiction must be proven, cannot be assumed or presumed. As soon as possible, the warrant will be canceled, returned to the registry, appropriate parties notified. There will be no further violent assaults. That is an affront to Canadian values as well as the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. No woman should be forced into the same loop of injustice, indifference, and ignorance. It must be communicated to all persons acting as criminal justice system public servants to stand down until the warrant is canceled. No woman should be tortured and persecuted just because of their ethnic origin and cultural background. There was significant physical harm and injury caused to my body last Thursday, June the 12th, by agents of Central Saanich and Saanich. Black and blue from head to toe, causing a great deal of pain and discomfort. June the 12th, I did request medical assistance to speak to, the head criminal, or sergeant on duty, and was ignored. Unforgivable, cruel, and unusual treatment. Our people treat others how we want to be treated. Hoping to be able to trust someone at some point. Hoping that's you, Inspector. For our people, being heard is the equivalent to being loved and respected. So this is from, oh, look at here. We've got propaganda created by the public servants who are trying to convince everyone that elder abuse in any form is wrong. Abuse, physical, emotional, financial, spiritual. Well, they've done it all. They've done it all to this woman. They've done it all. And they continue to do just that. Physical abuse, emotional, financial, spiritual abuse. So self-neglect happens when a senior lives in a way that puts their own health, safety, and well-being at risk. Well, I'm being forced against culture and conscience. It's being forced upon me to live in a way that puts my health, my safety, and my well-being at risk. And this is why we do all these uploads, and then what happens is these fucking public serpents impersonating the crown, which doesn't even fucking exist. They can't prove jurisdiction. They don't have any first-hand knowledge of what's going on. They're just out and out fucking lying with another malicious prosecution. So, Section 21 of the Criminal Code, like if you do anything to aid and abet what they're doing, you're a criminal too. So they're forcing me. So you see, that would put my safety and my well-being at risk, because I have the right to spiritual well-being. Well, according to this fucking bullshit here written on this governmentbc.ca, and yet they don't fucking follow any of this. Because we've informed them, right? But you see, when you're a monster, and you believe that you're above the law, and then you believe that you are the law, I don't need to fucking sit there. I don't need to be fucking take part in a lynching. I don't need to take part in my own lynching. Why the fuck would I do that? Because I have the right to fucking safety and well-being, and to be healthy. No healthy woman is gonna fucking take part in a lynching. You sick fucking monsters. You're fucking snakes. Public serpents. Isn't that right, Gordon Baines and Laura Wheeler? You like to lie on the record? You can't do that. That's a fucking crime. You're fabricating evidence to use in a judicial proceeding. But that's not judicial. This is a commercial fucking action. It's all about the fucking money, because that's what you worship. Right? Monsters, they worship the mad monkey monopoly money. That's what they're all about. Yeah, this is all about them fucking getting rich, lynching innocent men and women. And look how easy it is for you to fucking fix your ugliness. It's all written down for you. Because what you're doing is you're aiding and abetting crime. You're aiding and abetting criminal activity. So you have a duty to withdraw. Because your fucking buddies here, these filthy fascists, they're all guilty of fraud. They're compulsive fucking liars. Pathological, the pathogens are the pathological liars. A liar is a lyncher. You have an obligation. You have to follow. These are all internal fucking rules. The statutes, the legislation, that's all for you, members of the Law Society of British Columbia, to follow. You have to follow it. You do. Oh, so now you just fucking don't have to follow your own rules? Well, what fucking rules do you want to follow? You don't want to follow the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. You know why our people sound like a broken record? Because you fucking pigs, pukes, and dogs refuse to listen. You fucking pigs, pukes, and dogs believe that you can fucking do what you want, who you want, whenever you want, and you're never going to be held accountable because, we heard last Thursday that all of you, obviously, like this fucking monster Murray here, Nick Murray, believe that I am the law. I am the law. Well, if that's how you fucking self-identify, right to self-determination, we can do the same. Oh, except, wait a minute, we're not violent. Viroids, we're not fucking violent viroids, our people. Because the living law hates the violent. The living law hates the fucking pathological liar. And look at you, that's all you've done. So my spouse and I have had our land and our home stolen. And so what you need to do is you need to serve the victim of the crime, not the criminals. And you will fucking continue to tell the same fucking lies because that's your story. That's your fucking story, just to constantly fucking tell lies. Believing that you're something that doesn't even... I'm fucking the crown. I don't fucking represent the police or the victim. The fucking bull fucking shit you don't. You fucking do. That's exactly who you fucking represent. Because without those fucking compulsive liars submitting compulsive lies, you'd have nothing to fucking say. But you have lots to say, and all of it's fucking lies. And it's a conflict of interest. Because all three of the lynchers are involved in the same association. It's a private for-profit association. Right? The Liar Society of British Columbia? Is that where you derive your fucking so-called power? This fictional fucking power? Right, the wicked understand nothing. The wicked don't fucking care about peace or safety for others. The wicked fucking don't care about justice for the poor. All the fucking wicked care about is themselves and their buddies. Their barf member buddies.